Did you know that nearly 85% of the things we fear never even happen? And yet, fear holds so many of us back from reaching our true potential. It's crazy, right? But fear doesn't have to be something that stops you. In fact, fear can be the exact thing that fuels your success. Think about it, every great leader, entrepreneur, and inventor has faced fear. Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, once said, "If something is important enough, even if the odds are against you, you should still do it." Fear didn't stop him, it pushed him to reach new heights. And it can do the same for you. In this video, we'll dive deep into how to transform fear into something powerful. You'll learn how to turn that nervous energy into unstoppable drive, use fear as a tool to guide you, and even turn your anxiety into creative breakthroughs. By the end of this, you'll see fear in a whole new light, ready to turn it into fuel for your success. Let's get started. Chapter 1. The Fear Edge Principle. Why fear is your secret weapon. Fear is often seen as an enemy, something to avoid at all costs. But what if I told you that fear could actually be your greatest ally? In his book The War of Art, Steven Pressfield argues that fear is a sign that you're on the verge of something important. It's your mind telling you that you're pushing into new territory. Fear means you're stretching beyond your comfort zone, and growth always happens on the other side of that discomfort. Think about it. Every major breakthrough, every success story, involves some form of fear. Whether it's the fear of failure or the fear of judgment, it's almost always present. In fact, according to a study from the University of California, when you push yourself to face fear, your brain releases a burst of adrenaline, which helps sharpen your focus and enhances your problem-solving ability. This fight or flight response, when channeled properly, can make you perform at your best. Fear can also be a sign that you're about to make a big leap. If you're not afraid, you might not be challenging yourself enough. Think of fear as a signal, a flashing neon light telling you that you're on the edge of something significant. By embracing it, you harness its power to fuel your journey. Chapter 2. From frozen to fired up, turning paralysis into power. It's easy to feel paralyzed by fear. Many of us have experienced the moment when fear stops us dead in our tracks. We freeze, our thoughts race, and our body goes into overdrive. But here's the thing. This is exactly the moment when you can take control and turn fear into action. The key is to stop thinking of fear as a barrier and start thinking of it as a stepping stone. One simple strategy is to break your fear down into smaller parts. When you're faced with a daunting task, try not to look at the whole picture at once. Instead, focus on just one small action step. For example, if you're afraid of public speaking, don't think about giving a 30-minute speech. Instead, start by rehearsing in front of a mirror, then progress to speaking in front of a friend. Every little success builds momentum. Another method is to use micro-decisions. A study published in Psychological Science found that the more small decisions you make, the easier it becomes to overcome the inertia of fear. Each choice you make to move forward, no matter how tiny, will push you closer to your goal. So, if fear is paralyzing you, start by choosing to take one small action. You'll soon find that the momentum begins to work for you. Chapter 3. The Fear Alchemy Method. Transforming anxiety into energy. Imagine you could take that jittery, anxious feeling in your stomach and turn it into something powerful. Well, with the right mindset, you can. The Fear Alchemy Method is all about transforming your anxiety into energy that propels you forward. It's about reframing the way you view your fear. Instead of seeing it as a negative emotion, you can rewire your brain to see it as a source of raw energy. One way to do this is by practicing mindfulness. A study in the Journal of Anxiety, Stress, and Coping showed that mindfulness practices, like deep breathing and meditation, can reduce the emotional intensity of fear. By staying present in the moment, you can avoid the spiral of negative thoughts that fear often triggers. Instead of letting your fear control you, you can control your fear. Another effective strategy is visualizing success. When you feel anxiety, take a moment to close your eyes and visualize the outcome you desire. This tactic has been used by top athletes for decades. In fact, a study in the Journal of Sports Sciences found that athletes who used visualization techniques before competing showed improved performance under pressure. By seeing yourself succeed in the face of fear, you send a powerful signal to your brain that you are capable of turning anxiety into achievement. Fear also releases cortisol, which can sometimes slow you down. But, in the right context, cortisol can help you stay alert and focused. By learning how to manage fear, you can channel this energy into performance. Instead of seeing fear as something to eliminate, embrace it as a natural part of the success process. As Tim Ferriss says in the 4-Hour Workweek, what we fear most is usually what we need to do most. If you're finding this helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more strategies to turn your fears into fuel for success. Chapter 4. Fear as a compass. Navigating your path to greatness. Fear is often viewed as something to avoid, but what if it could actually guide you? Think of fear as a compass, pointing you toward the areas where growth is most needed. In fact, fear can show you exactly where you need to take action. When you feel fear, it's a sign that you're stepping into unknown territory. And unknown territory often holds the key to your next big breakthrough. Dr. Carl Jung, a well-known psychologist, once said, "The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek." This is a powerful reminder that fear often leads to the most rewarding experiences. If you're scared to try something new, it's likely because it will challenge you to grow in ways you never imagined. For example, the fear of starting a new business might indicate a passion or an untapped skill that could be your ticket to success. One way to harness fear as a compass is to regularly check in with yourself. When fear arises, ask yourself, what does this fear reveal about me? Is it pushing you toward a new challenge? Or is it simply holding you back from embracing change? By turning your fear into a tool for self-discovery, you can uncover opportunities for growth and achievement. The next time you face fear, instead of shying away, lean in and see what it's trying to tell you. Chapter 5. The Courage Flow Cycle. How embracing fear creates unstoppable momentum. Fear doesn't have to freeze you in place. It can propel you forward. When you face your fears head-on, you create what's called the courage flow cycle. The idea is simple. By embracing fear, you summon courage. And once you act courageously, you build momentum that pushes you to take even more risks. This cycle creates an unstoppable force that propels you toward your goals. Research from the University of Pennsylvania has shown that taking courageous actions, even small ones, can lead to a dramatic increase in self-confidence and personal momentum. When you push through fear, you're not just overcoming it, you're also building a reservoir of courage that fuels future successes. For example, if you're afraid of networking but force yourself to attend one event, the courage it takes to start a conversation may motivate you to attend more events and make valuable connections. The key is to keep moving. Whether you're writing a book, starting a side project, or learning a new skill, each action you take builds momentum. Even if you don't feel ready, take the next step anyway. The small acts of courage, done consistently, will create a flow of confidence and energy that will carry you through the most challenging times. As the saying goes, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Chapter 6. Fear-driven innovation. How discomfort fuels creativity. Fear isn't just a motivator for success, it's also a powerful catalyst for creativity. Some of the world's greatest inventions and innovations have come from people who faced their fears and used them as fuel for creativity. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, and fear of the unknown all led to the breakthroughs that changed industries. Steve Jobs, for example, was no stranger to fear, but he channeled it into creating one of the most innovative companies in history. One way to harness fear for innovation is to embrace discomfort. When we're comfortable, we stop looking for new solutions. But when we feel fear or discomfort, we're forced to think outside the box. Fear creates a sense of urgency, pushing us to think more creatively and find new ways to solve problems. Research from Harvard Business School shows that discomfort can lead to increased problem-solving abilities, as it forces us to abandon old methods and explore new ones. To use fear as a tool for innovation, challenge yourself to step into unknown territory. Take on projects or ideas that scare you, even if they seem daunting at first. For instance, if you're a writer who's always stuck to one genre, try writing in a completely different style. If you're a business owner, take on a project outside of your usual expertise. The fear of doing something new is often what leads to the most original and impactful results. Remember, every great innovation started with a person who took a leap of faith into the unknown. By transforming fear into a driving force for creativity, you'll open yourself up to endless possibilities. Fear isn't the end of the road, it's the beginning of something truly remarkable. If you want to continue learning how to turn fear into your superpower, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell for more insights and strategies.